Hello, Patriots. I am going to tell you a story about the Star Spangled Banner and its origins. I will try to get as much facts in there as I can, but the dry cut does not do it justice. I am going to tell you the story as I heard it first, but as close as I can. Now, this is about how the Star Spangled Banner originally came about. On September 3rd, 1814, following the burning of Washington and the raid on Alexandria, Francis Scott Key and John Stuart Skinner set sail from Baltimore aboard the ship HMS Midden. Flying a flag of truce, they went on a mission approved by President James Madison. Their objective was to secure the exchange of prisoners, one of whom was Dr. William Beams, an elderly and very popular town physician in Upper Marlborough, and a friend of Key's who had been captured in his home. This was after the American Revolution. This was after our Independence Day. But the British, seeing that we were a new nation and still relatively weak by their ideas, decided to try to bully us and try to take some land and whatnot. So, Key and Skinner got there, and they started negotiating with Major General Robert Ross and Vice Admiral Alexander Cochrane. Now, they were making battle plans to attack Fort McHenry. And with those battle plans, they stopped planning them because Key and Skinner were there. And Key and Skinner negotiated and finally got to the point where they were willing to trade prisoner for prisoner, because at Fort McHenry there were prisoners of the British Army also. So Key went down to let them know, hey, we're going to get your release. You're going to be able to go home, people. When he came back up, it was either Major General Robert Ross or Vice Admiral Alexander Cochrane that told him, we will still release the prisoners, but that is academic. You see out there on the horizon, and Key went and looked, and what he saw was over 100 ships from the British Armada bearing down towards Fort McHenry. The Admiral, we'll just say it's the Admiral. The Admiral said, we got new orders and we are going to attack Fort McHenry. I dispatched a messenger saying that if they lowered the flag, then we know we have won, and we will cease bombardment, and we will deal with the after effects. Key had nothing he could do but sit and watch as the Armada closed in and started bombarding Fort McHenry. The rest of that afternoon, during the evening, there was just thunder, constant thunder, as rockets and cannon fire just kept on just bombarding and attacking Fort McHenry. And they're watching that flag, and they're praying that it doesn't go down. Towards the evening, the Admiral says, your people are insane. We are hitting them with overwhelming forces. Why don't they give in? And so he turns and he orders all of the ships to attack just the flag. Just bombard the flag itself. Now, the flag originally held the storm flag, which was a decent-sized flag, but there was another flag held in reserve for very nice days, and that flag was immense, that you could see miles away. The storm flag was attacked over and over again, and through the rocket's red glare, that is where he got one of the lyrics, and the bombs bursting in the air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Brief moments of just brightness showed that the flag was still standing, even though it looked like it almost is falling. It was cocked at an odd angle. All throughout the night, until they had no more ammunition to shoot with, they attacked the flag. When the morning came, the flag was still standing. The flagpole was at a very odd angle. Looked like it was about ready to fall over. Key and Skinner both were allowed to go back to Fort McHenry and find out what has happened. When they got to Fort McHenry, they saw that the flagpole was being held up by men and women from that fort. Later on, they found out that the flag that was flying had been hit, shredded, almost unrecognizable. And so, after the bombardment, they took that flag down and put up the Fairday flag. But what got Key and what got me when I heard this story was that the men and women of the fort, when that flagpole did get hit and get knocked down, that they picked it up with their own hands. Through manpower, they put that flagpole back up, and each time those men and women died, their bodies were pulled out of the way, and new men and women went back and held up the flag because they had an ideal, they had a purpose to not give up, to not give in to tyranny. And that is the message that I took from it. They loved their freedom enough that they were willing to die for it. Not die in attacking, but die in defending and showing their strength. Together, working together. And I see that we have forgotten that in America we have forgotten that core that is American. So I say to you, please remember those who have given their lives, so that I am able to speak to you like this, so that others can speak the way they wish to speak. And I wish that the honor and the value placed on that flag over at Fort McHenry could be in the hearts of all Americans, but not just for the flag anymore. Because the flag was under attack. Now it is our Constitution that is under attack. I ask you, please, stand up with me and defend our Constitution and our flag. Let's be Americans. Let's show the tyranny that is trying to oppress us that we are Americans. Let us show our American heart and pride by standing up and showing our belief in the flag and in the Constitution and helping each other out. Don't turn away from your neighbors. Help them if you can. For we are America, and we are strong.